You a one-on-one, no I can't lie. You the one-on-one, say what it is, keep it blunt. New girl for the month, big ride out the bunch. And I know that it gets old and it gets cold. Just pull up, but when you're outside before the gate cold, need a lot to keep you gas. Finally realize that it put you safe. You all broke, but you learned your lesson. It's a long time, but you still get sexy. Oh, you still got it. Always asking what you doing, tell him take you shopping. He don't do it for you, baby, get a different option. Catch you coming out the crib and he ain't coming out of pocket. How long that's gonna take? No, you just wanna escape. No, you just wanna break. But girl, you gotta embrace, yeah. And I know that it gets old and it gets cold.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Halt. This is the special midweek of the season finale week. So we have Austin, our editor, on to be our beginner trader. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Stoked to be on.
Yeah, sweet, man. Ant, how you doing?
I'm good. Busy with school and stuff, but I'm happy we could get Austin on because without Austin, we wouldn't be able to do this. Like, he helps us with all our audio and everything, and he's a big help to us, so we appreciate everything you do.
Yeah, we do appreciate it, man.
It's been fun.
Sending you a sweatshirt. I think I might throw a bottle of booze or a couple beers in there. You might get some Iowa beers, so be ready.
We'll review some Iowa beers. You know?
All right. So Ant and I got to talk about the pink drink I had yesterday because he has strong opinions and I have strong opinions. Austin, I don't know if you have strong opinions.
I haven't tried it yet, so I only saw the video yesterday. I didn't even know that existed.
It's an experience. It really is. It was like awesome and horrible at the same exact time. Like, it tasted like the milk was getting curdled, but then it also tasted awesome and amazing. Like, it was like strawberries and cream.
But you got like milk in it? I thought it was coconut milk.
No, it is coconut milk, but like I could taste like some of it being like separated in my mouth. Like, it was like I could taste definitely, and then I would look at it and there was like little milk part, and then like below it was like straight liquid, whatever it was, and I was like, I don't know about that. But then it tasted pretty decent.
I've had it before. It's so good. I just don't I know it's coconut milk, but what else is it? What, it's strawberry?
Yeah, it's like strawberry acai.
Hey, I'm pulling it up right now because I didn't know exactly what was in it.
Yeah, what does it say?
So it's coconut milk, a strawberry acai, and there's like freeze-dried strawberries in there.
It's so
nice.
It's so good. All the manly men are gonna like talk shit, but
you have to order it as a pinkety drinkety.
You gotta say.
I don't know. My girlfriend told me that, but dude, it was okay. It was like strawberries and cream, but then the texture just like made me kind of want to vomit at the same time. But it was like, it tasted like a protein shake. The texture, man, of like some of it's separated.
I don't know what you got, but the one I had did not taste like that.
All right, but anyways, man, I had that pizza too. We got to talk about that. The one bite. That was
challenge.
Good. If you guys see that at the store, if you guys see that at the store, you got to get it. It was like a Jack's pizza, but you know how Jack's pizza, sometimes the crust is like so thin that it's like tastes like you're eating a cracker?
I don't know what Jack's is.
I don't, that's a Midwest thing only, I think.
I've never even heard of Jack's.
That doesn't exist in California.
What frozen pizza do you guys get?
I usually get like DiGiorno or CPK.
We have like Elio's and I forget what.
There's like a cult following of Jack's Pizza. What?
Never had it.
It's Midwest. I've seen a lot of people. Seen a lot of people like post about it. I feel like I see PBR post about Jack's Pizza, so that's how I know it's a Midwest thing.
The best frozen pizza is French bread pizza.
I don't think I've had that.
Oh,
dude, I make a mean homemade French bread pizza.
Really?
Oh, that's good.
With like Italian bread, or do you use something else?
Yeah, I'll usually use Italian bread.
It's French bread pizza's fire. It's essentially garlic bread with sauce, but
garlic bread's fucking good.
Yeah,
it's good.
But anyway, you guys got to try it because it's like thick crust, but it like gets crunchy on the bottom, but then doughy in the middle. It was pretty good. It was the best crust I've had of frozen pizza. And I had DiGiorno. I had like lots of matzo, a ton of that shit. Tried that.
Do you guys know what unis are? Have you ever heard of unis? The like mobile pizza oven thing.
Like the outdoor pizza ovens. Yeah, you can, like cook at home. I want one so bad.
So do I. Like, I'm like half tempted to order one. They're not that expensive.
I'd be so fat, man.
Well, I mean, you don't eat pizza every day.
No, man, but if I could, I would. Like, I would literally make myself a fucking pie for breakfast. I'd make a breakfast pizza,
Dude, it
a
cooks
lunch
them in
pizza.
like 90 seconds.
Have you guys seen a pizzazz?
No, it's that.
What?
Is that the Play-Doh thing?
That's probably like the $20 version of whatever you're talking about. It's like this. It's a little cooker that you put your frozen pizza on it, or you're like you make a pizza and you stick it on there, and then it rotates.
Bro,
in a
that's an
circle.
easy bake oven.
I had one of those when I was 10.
No, but pizzazz are awesome, man. I know Showy Trades on Twitter. Shout out Showy Trades was talking to me about pizzazz yesterday because you just get a frozen pizza, you slap it on there, and then it makes the best. It like gets the cheese on top to be like cooked and browned too, but not burn the bottom. So good.
Never heard of that.
Good. All right, well. So yeah, we're gonna talk to Austin about beginner trader stuff. We're gonna ask him about his story. He's going to ask us a bunch of questions. Then we'll do bullish versus bullshit like normal. Then we got a few fun questions. But yeah, it's a midweek episode. We want to keep it pretty short for you guys. But yeah, we have a fun one coming this weekend. And also, reminder: there is a giveaway happening on Saturday. Yeah, it's gonna be one of our sweatshirts, and then one of the Slap the Bid shirts are being given away. And it's for the season finale, just for fun. So watch the episode. There'll be like the instructions of how to enter and stuff in Saturday's episode, which is with real ones. The entire gang. It's like Mikey, Fappy, Fizz, Deb, Herb. I don't want to forget anybody. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody. Nate Davis.
Nate, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nate might hate me now. Did you see what I tweeted yesterday?
No, what happened?
Okay, so remember last night when we were recording, he's like, or whenever we recorded, he was like watching futures. He's like, oh, it's going to be a really bad open tomorrow. And it was like super green. And I just tweeted at him like joking around. And I think he got mad.
Oh, no.
Like, dude, I was just joking. He tweeted me at the end of the day, like a minute after close. He's like, that didn't age well. I'm like, damn, Nate, I was just joking.
Yeah, sorry, Nate, if you're seeing this. Tony didn't mean it.
Yeah, still love me. But I think we should hop into what we've been trading this week.
Yeah. I got to pull up you guys talk for a minute. I got to pull
Awesome.
up
What have you been trading?
I mean, the last week or so, I mean, Bitcoin's been fun. So I've been trading like BT has been like easy money for me the last couple of days.
Yeah, I saw you call that a couple times actually.
Yeah, it worked out super well. I mean, obviously it's like super dead today with Bitcoin being down like 2.5%.
Yeah.
3% now. Damn. Let's see what else. I've been trading Any with you.
Me?
Yeah, with you, Ant.
Yeah, Eddie's been great.
That one's been good. I'm trying to think what else have I been
GBR, Jan. I know you've been trading those.
Yeah. Those ones are staples. We had that big pop last week.
Did you trade SoFi at all?
I did not. No, I missed the boat on SoFi. I was a little late on that one.
Were you with me on SPY puts yesterday?
No, I was not. I was like at work in the office and missed it. And then by the time I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, no, too late.
It's all good.
I'm trying to think of what else. LG, NNDM. Did you trade NNDM?
I'm been trading that. Picked a bunch of that up at like 530s.
I'm just trying to think of what I've been trading.
I sold my last leg of AMTX yesterday.
Hell yeah.
A quick, that was like 110% on that last leg from like 880s.
It was nice.
Dude, I still remember talking about that when it was like $4 or whatever it was.
I think AMTX is actually how I like found out about you, Teddy, because you posted the TED Talks on it, and I think that was like the first one that I ever traded.
Dude, I remember when I posted my TED Talk, it was up already like 500% in like 2 months, but I just couldn't ignore it. I was like, this thing is still undervalued. And so then it ran to like $30 and now it's back to like 20 after it went all the way down to 8. And
shout out to Milo for that though.
Yeah. Milo was the one who sniped that one. He was like, I think this is a good company. Look into it. And then we looked into it and I was like, damn, this thing is way better than a good company. This thing has got some real shit going on.
Yeah, Milo's a genius.
I would love to see a pullback on AMTX back into the teens again, so I can just slap some more.
I think AMTX and Jivo kind of separated themselves. They used to run together, but AMTX is far and away outperforming Jivo.
Yeah.
But I still love Jivo to scalp. It's very easy to scalp Jivo. I buy close to 6 or under 6 automatic buy every time.
Jivo is like it's like before SNDL got really heavy. That's where Jivo is. It's like kind of heavy, but not super heavy. So you can see what's going to happen before it happens, and then just like take that scalp. You can see the level 2 loading up. You
Yeah.
can see like the people loading on every dip, so you just know it's going to go, and then it goes. It follows exactly what it's supposed to do every time, almost.
Yeah,
Jivo's
I've still been scalping CEI a little bit this week because you can still kind of get and flush it open and then just take like 8% real quick and then get out and not touch it for the rest of the day.
I just closed my short on CEI. I think I got in today at like 150 something and just closed it for a few percent. But I've been like up and down. I've just been backside, front side on CEI. Just if it dips a lot, I just buy it, scalp it, and then if it gets a little overextended, bam, knock it short. But I've been trading NAOV. I traded yesterday. Let's see here. NAOV I traded yesterday. AMTX I sold for like 100% like you. I had SPY puts towards the end of the day because it had a head and shoulders on the 5-minute. So it was just an easy call just to get out of it. And then RRD this morning was really fun. That one is like one from a long time ago that I traded. I traded RRD on earnings a while back because they have like contracts to do election years. They get like contracts to like print out ballots, print out mail out ballots, that kind of shit. So I knew their earnings were going to be like pretty good for that quarter, but I couldn't figure out why analysts had it like the same as the quarters before. So I just like bought a bunch, and then I was down like 30% because for some reason right before earnings it like tanked. And then they came out with earnings that had like 400% or something crazy. And then they went all the way up and I made like 100%. And then it came all the way back down. It was like a crazy, like 2 hours of my day. I was just like, dude, I'm going to lose all my money. And then, I'm going to make all my money. And then it was back down. But yeah. And then I took OCGN this morning. It's kind of one of those that runs all day or like consolidates and then end of day runs too. So I took that at like 905, sold it for a couple percent, and then like just got out at even, I think. But I'm looking at that one end of day today, and it's Tuesday, so that's what I've been trading.
Was it my turn?
Yeah.
So I've been trading a lot of the same stuff Austin's been trading, like NE, GBR, Jan, Jivo. What else have I been trading? LGHL. That was a really good one from last week. I think that almost went 100%. That was just like some shit penny, but the chart looked really good. NNDM I've been trading. I traded AMTX. I don't know. That's about it. GBR, Jan, Jivo. I put out a list last week, like an updated scalp list. Dude, you can play those every week, multiple times a week. Like you can play them every day, honestly. Like if you really wanted to. Like those are the kind of plays I really like. Stuff that I know how they're gonna move, and something that I'm like familiar with. I can go heavier in if it's a penny. Like Jan, I can go heavy in because I just know it's going to bounce back. Like I know it's going to bounce 30, 40 cents, and then I just keep my limits in. So
yeah, I mean, yesterday you could have bought it at like 578 and sold it at like 615 at one point.
Yeah, it's so easy to play.
Easy 40 cents right there.
Yep.
There's a bunch of them like that, especially like pretty much all low floats. You can like just kind of gauge like that, like FWPs that way. Like a lot of them. I used to play JUPW like that too. But I mean, since then, I haven't done it very much recently. But yeah, there's a lot that you can do like that. I know like we were talking, there's a lot also that are like Jivo where you can predict the movement beforehand that are easier to see. Large caps are kind of that way, like the percentages you're going to get. That's why you do options on it, that kind of stuff. But large floats, you can kind of see what's happening. CEI is kind of that way. You can see what's happening before it happens. It takes a little time to move. And some things just trade heavy, like CEI, SNDL. So yeah, just if you're trading those small floats, just make sure that you're like keeping those limits in. And if you're trading the heavy ones, just make sure that you're keeping an eye on it to make sure it doesn't go bear on you. But yeah. Austin, we wanted to let you kind of just have the floor, talk about your story a bit. Tell us kind of how you started trading, what you've been like seeing for yourself. Like, have you been growing? Have you been hitting some roadblocks, that kind of stuff? Anything that you want to talk about?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I started trading actually trading at like the beginning of this year, like right before like the AMC GME like explosion of like retail investors, because I had like opened up my own investing account like Roth because I got a new job and I was like, oh, I've got extra money. Like that's what people do with extra money is they invest it. And then started seeing like stuff on on Twitter about trading. I was like trying to do some research and figure out like actual like, long-term growth, not like day trading, scalping, short-term swings. And then just came across like, I want to say, I think probably came across like Yates or someone like that first.
I was gonna say, who'd you find first on Twitter? It was probably Yates, wasn't it?
It was either Yates or Zach
Atlas.
Morris.
Yeah.
Or like Zach
Those are the
Morris.
two kind of.
It was probably one of those because I remember like, checking out Atlas and like got in, I think started like trying to day trade and having no idea what I was doing in like December or January of like 2020 or 2021. And then someone had called like AMC at like $2 in, I don't know, it was probably on Twitter.
I think that was Zach.
I think it was. And that was like the first like trade that I had that went like, obviously it went insane because of the entire like AMC, GME, the whole thing. And that's kind of what like got me excited about like actually learning how to day trade.
That was your like beginner luck moment.
Yeah, that was my like, oh shit, like this just went from $2 to $18.
Oh shit, this is the easiest thing in the world.
Yeah,
I've been doing this my entire life.
Oh yeah, exactly. And it's like, at that point, like you could just like throw a dart at a penny ticker and it would just like go up 40% the next day. Like you kind of couldn't lose at that point.
Well, dude, I have a funny story before you continue. There's this girl from my hometown, and she's posting all over Snapchat like, oh, just made 30 grand on AMC, and she had absolutely no clue what she was doing. She's like, and posting her Robinhood, she's like, oh, just made 30 grand on AMC. Like, what are all you like broke people doing? Like, not putting money in the market, like just talking so arrogant. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then she lost it all, like the next day, doing the same. I'm like, that's what you
wait
get.
until you have a bad day then. Like, geez, if you make 30K in one day, you're going to make,
like
negative 40K the next day.
You want to get on Snapchat and talk all this shit, and like, then that's what you get. But anyway, that was a funny thing.
Yeah, so like that happened, and I was just like, people were starting to like live stream and do like chart reviews and things like that. I feel like Brady and RCB were like, doing stuff. So I was like kind of learning, but also just kind of like everything was winning, and just like anything that someone posted on Twitter, like kind of just went for a while. So that was like my introduction to it. And I kind of learned, but didn't really. And then March or April came around and everything just died. And I just like all the gains I had made and not actually locked up. Yeah. I just like lost them all. And I was like,
that's common.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, that's like how most people start. That's how I started. Like I've told the story on here before. I was playing some OTC something. It was legitimately the first trade I'd ever taken. And I was up like $800-900. And I put so much money into it. It was moving by like $100 increments, and I was watching it. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be rich. And I end up losing $600 in the next like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's like, at that point, it's like I have no idea like when to take profits, when to scale out, like how to read anything. I'm like, you see someone post, it's whatever. I think one of the ones that I made a ton of money then lost a ton of was TRCH.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That one flew and died. Like it was like so quick.
I remember it like went 100%. It went from like $2 to like $4, and I was like, no, it's going to 10. And I didn't. And I was like driving from Seattle back to LA like that day, and I looked at my phone and I was like, looked at my P&L and I was like, oh hell yeah, it's gonna keep going. And then like didn't sell because I was like, it's gonna keep going.
Yeah. Austin stops at a car dealership to look at a new car on the way because he's like, I'm gonna be rich.
Dude, I got a story to tell you guys too about this. So back in when was this? April 30th of 2020, or back when the market was like really, really hot. I was like pretty like seasoned trader by then. Like I'd done like a pretty good amount of DD and stuff, and like learned a lot of trading. And like I was about to I think I got onto Twitter in like June of 2020. So like. And by then I was pretty good. So like I had made a lot of money. I was like doing well. And this was May 2020, and it was UAVS. And there was a man whose name starts with an S and rhymes with Pan, who I saw like post about it or something on Twitter before I even made Thick Teddy. And I was like, I did some DD on it. And for some reason, I was convinced that they had that stupid Amazon partnership that is never coming, that was like going to happen apparently. And so I like put a ton of money into this thing at like 30 cents. And this was back when I was like, I didn't have the same rules of taking profit, which has done me so well by now. It was more of take profit at like 50% because the market was so hot during that time. Start taking profit at 50, stop taking profit at like 200, that kind of thing, which is nuts to think about now.
Yeah.
I got in at 30 cents, but then I was so convinced that it was going to run like all the way that it went up to $5 and I did not sell. And then it came all the way back down to $1. And at that point, I'd averaged up to like $3 was my average. And so I just got absolutely hammered. Like, this was like, I had a full position at 30 cents and then I like tripled my position to make the average $3. And looking back on that, man, it just makes me like wonder, like, what was I doing? I had 2 years of trading under my belt at that point, and I still was like YOLOing that hard into like a Amazon partnership pump. So yeah, we all have those stories, man, where it's just like you do something so stupid and you look back on it and you're just like, what?
Think about how many people did that with like CEI and all this other shit. Like, there's a lot of people that did that same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then look at the backside on that trade from $5 down to $1 in 3 days.
Yeah, I think it halted down like 18 fucking times that one day, where it just like kept holding down and coming back up.
Yeah, I posted that chart. I don't know if you guys saw it, but it took 29 days. It essentially ran for 29 days. I mean, it pulled back a day or two, a couple days.
Did 1,000%.
Yeah, it was like 900 or 1,000% in 29 days, and it took legitimately 1 hour for it to pull all the way back. Like, that just goes to show you, like, I don't know, the backside comes way faster. Way faster.
At the point of that short report, it was like it had a bad day, but then it was also kind of like flagging decently. Like, it wasn't like looking horrible. Like, it was looking like, okay, it's coming back down, but like you could see this as a flag on like the hourly, and then just that opposite of a Shrek boner candle down from, what was that, $3 all the way to, like under $1 for a little while there.
I'm sure they had that typed up for a while, and we're just waiting for any sign of weakness, because they knew exactly what would happen.
Yeah, it's I have learned to be
just
cautious with
chart,
it,
and you could just see what was going to happen too.
I've learned to be cautious with just in general with like any sort of FinTwit type of thing, because there's so many eyes on so many things that it's like it's good to like use as like a gauge, but not like you live and die by it, and which is something I didn't realize at first.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you can also use it as a screener and then just kind of do your own thing afterwards, figure out your own thoughts on things.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely what I use it for mostly now.
Yes. Yeah. So what would you say like you struggled with the most, like the profit taking?
Originally, at the start, it would be like understanding where to take profits, like defining like, okay, this is like a possible supply zone here or like a resistance zone here. So like I should sell some here because there's a good chance like if it doesn't break through, this is coming back down, or like, cool, I'm risking, I'm risking, 10 cents to make 50 cents a share or something like that. I didn't really have like defined levels. It was just like someone said this ticker, I'm going to buy it because there's momentum and we're going to like see where it goes. And then I'll just like randomly sell some of it because it might go down.
Yeah, I think we all, like all of us too, like we start on our phones. We don't even know how to chart. We don't even look at a chart. We
use the line chart for so long, man. Like you don't know how to change the candlestick one.
Yeah, but like
you're on Google looking up tickers.
Yeah, like you don't even look at a chart. Like that's funny.
Like you could literally have been like there were probably so many beginner traders who looked at CEI, didn't even see that the chart was up that much. Like had no idea that it was, they were probably thinking like, oh, this stock is $4. They say it's going to go up. It's like probably been $4 for a long time. Didn't even look at the chart, bought it, and then realized like I bought it when it was like 30 cents 2 weeks ago, like way later.
Yeah. You can't really blame people either because we've all been there. So you're seeing people say throwing price targets around, and again, this isn't me talking like shit or throwing shade, but you can't blame them. They don't know. Like we didn't know. Austin didn't know when he started. Me and you didn't know when we started. You can't really blame him. You know how many limit orders are in for $5, and that never hit. It's just, I don't know.
And I feel like you once you like have that big loss, like so many people just get like so like mentally upset and pissed off that they just like don't want to do it again.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. And then anybody that saw any red on that position started to panic hard. Like there's probably a ton of people that sold for a pretty big time loss. I mean, it did bounce back like a couple days after a little bit, but I don't know. I still feel bad for the people that got caught up in that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big learning lesson for a lot of those people. They'll come out of it if they can like push through the whole losses they took. All the people with like $3 or $4 averages, if they can just like look at this as a lesson of how to like manage FinTwit, because it really was. It was a lesson of like trade your own plan and actually like learn stocks before you like throw a bunch of money at something that somebody says. They'll get a lot further if they can just stick to that and actually learn rather than like get mad, which I mean, I can see why they're mad and I can see why they're blaming, but like that's just not going to get you anywhere. You're not actually going to like learn anything from this mistake.
I also the whole like concept of like trying to point a finger at somebody like Zach Morris, like you got to look at from when he called it to the performance of what it did, and so yes, like you can point fingers at him and say he was saying that this was going to run more than it was, but at the same time, why are you not paying yourself on the way up? Like, why are you not securing profit? If you're not a complete newbie and know nothing, if you're have at least some experience, why are you not doing that? Like, I remember I tweeted something like, if you're not taking profit, it was up like 300%. I'm like, if you're not taking profit here, that's irresponsible. And I was just being honest. And I got so much shit for it. That's when somebody tweeted, oh, you should listen to Zach Morris more. No, how about you take some profit? Because like we say, the backside happens in 30 minutes after a 30-day run. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. That's just...
The backside comes so quick. That's why sometimes it's so much easier to be a short. Like when the market is heavy like this too, like things just panic sell way quicker than things run up, it seems like. So like I know that there's a lot of people like Fappy and Real Ones, Fizz and Real Ones. They like to like short quite a bit. And like if you can learn how to short and you can do it successfully, you're gonna make a absolute boatload of money, especially on like news runners or like things that are artificial pumps. Like you're gonna make a boatload of money. I short sometimes, not that often. I don't alert it a lot. I started to alert it a little more because of the money that can be made there. But like if you can, you're gonna absolutely grow your account.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's one thing to predict a move to the upside, but if you have any basis of being able to read a chart, you can kind of tell like when something's going to flush, or you can see that move starting to happen and you can make a shit ton of money doing it. That's for next season, talking about shorting and different strategies. But
yeah, the biggest thing I'll talk about this for like 30 seconds though about shorting and then we'll move on. But shorting, like the best way to short to start off is to find news runners where you can go back on the daily chart and see those news days where it ended red or like popped up and then that same day dropped all the way down. Like because like a lot of them will open up 50% and end down like 5% or even only up like 10% at that point. That's the best way to find is things that have done that in the past will likely repeat that. But next season we'll talk a crap load about shorting and a lot about options too, like more in-depth option stuff and more just like, I guess, more specific strategies to how to trade short, long, all that stuff.
Two good examples of that are Jan and Jivo. They both had news today, and their run was 30 minutes.
I think PXS is gonna be a super good swing here.
Is that Greek shipper?
Is it Greek or is it Chinese?
I thought it was Greek. Because I used to play this a lot.
Don't you not play shippers anymore?
What?
I said, don't you not play shippers anymore?
Oh no, I forget what I played and got absolutely destroyed.
I got fucked on ship a while ago. Wait, is it ship? Is that the right one?
Ship.
CTRM.
CTRM fucked me too, dude. I remember when people were saying shipper run was happening and then it never happened and I just got murdered.
Wasn't that who was saying that?
I got burned on tops real bad one time.
Tops, dude. Tops is another one, bro.
That was one of those didn't take profit and all of a sudden just gone.
I feel like we ought to put this in the fucking video. Dude, shippers, I think we've all had a shipper horror story. Even when they were 12 cents or something, and then we were like, dude, where does it can't go to 0, it can't go below 0.10 or whatever, and then it literally goes to like 0.8.
It's like a rite of passage. Like you got to get burned by a shipper at least once to earn a
I think CTRM at one point dropped like 3 offerings in one day.
Dude, just look at that chart. It goes gap down, gap down, gap down. Like it literally just like, when was that? February of 2020 had a massive run and then just gap down, gap down, gap down, and now we're. I'm pretty sure this is the one. If you look back at it, it goes to like $1 bajillion. You just like keep looking back, or maybe that's shit. I don't know.
No, it's CTRM. It was like $300.
Jesus Christ! Imagine holding, being like, no, dude, it's good. It's gonna bounce back.
This is a good company, bro. If you just. Dude, Ship. Oh my gosh, dude. Go on the daily of Ship. I'm like still trying to go back. I'm at $70,000 per share. Oh my gosh. It at its maximum price, like all offerings or whatever included, was $180,000 a share back in 2008.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
I think that's undervalued.
It's going to 200, boys.
Dude, fuck getting a Burke A. I'm getting one ship.
No. Oh man.
Dude, there was somebody the other day, like 2 weeks ago, that was like trying to break them down technically. I'm like, you're wasting your time.
Trying to break CTRM or ship down?
Yeah, they were like throwing all this like analysis on it. I'm like, dude. You're wasting your time.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I guess Ship is comparable to Burke A then, because you can't really analyze Burke A either. Fuck.
We found it.
That's funny.
Damn. Okay. I think. Wait, is it time for questions for us that we want them to ask?
Yeah. I think we should hop into that.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Austin, whatever questions you have for us.
I know. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I asked last time, so I can re-ask this because I think they were.
By last time, he means that we recorded this before and it got messed up.
And it got all messed up, so we're doing it again for you guys because we like you.
Yes. But some might say we love you.
Oh.
Oh, we need to talk. Never mind. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Okay. I think like one big question, like for me as like a beginner that I struggled with was like determining like what indicators to use and like how you like use them in conjunction with each other. Like, what do you think is important, like indicators to use, and like how do you use them to like with each other to like determine like good entry points or good swings, things like that.
Yeah, Teddy, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Let me pull up my my old Trading View. I actually just bought the Trading View, like the whatever the like $30 one is. Yeah, I haven't had it for so long. It is, yeah. So if you're a beginner, next season we'll have Ant Talk, supply, demand, volume profile, that kind of stuff. But if you're a beginner, for me, I think you need to stick with the things that are like commonly used by everyone. So obviously volume. And then I would say MA20, MA50, and MA200 are like the three that would probably be the easiest. And the way you can use those in conjunction to each other, I'm trying to find a good chart to talk about on this one. I'll just start with Wish. So like if we're looking at Wish right now, it's below all three indicators, and how you could like use that would be when it crosses the 20 MA, then you want to buy when it actually gets above. This is a Mitch Pick strategy, by the way, that I've used for a long time too, but he's kind of the person who like because in my head I knew I was doing it, but I couldn't put it into words until he talked about it. So like at the 20 MA, it'll often bounce down. Like it'll often get rejected at the 20 MA. But if it doesn't, if it breaks through it, then it's often headed right for the 50 MA, and then it's probably going to get rejected at the 50 MA. But if you can get a solid like cross of the 20 where it has strength and has volume, and then get it to move, it's probably going to move right to the 50 MA and either get rejected or bust through. But either way, there's a trade there. So right now the 20 MA is 568 and the 50 is 688. So there's a trade there. That's a solid, what is that, like 20% right there? Maybe 20%. I can't really do math right now. But 20% right there. And then you can also use that as in like if it's below the 50 and it's trying to cross, you can use it as like a 50 to 200, but that's something I do a lot less and only on like longer term plays. Like AMTX is one that I would use, like the crosses above the 50 and then I want to hit the 200, something like that. But if it's above the 200 MA, then that's something that you can use the 200 MA as support, and the 50 MA will probably be support as well. So those are good times to enter like a swing trade. Is if it's above both of those and it comes down and touches them, then that's a good entry point. The 200 MA is stronger. The 50 MA is pretty strong. 20 MA is a little less strong, but that's a good way to use them is if it's above as support and if it's below resistance where it's likely to, if it can bust through, keep going and gain momentum. And then the other way that I use them is as a crossing, kind of like momentum, kind of tracker, I would say. So like if the 20 crosses the 50, then you know that you have short-term momentum. It's kind of like some people call it a golden cross. A golden cross is technically the 50 MA crossing above the 200 MA. But you can also use it as the 20 crossing above the 50. Some people do use like the 10 above the 20 as well, that kind of stuff. But if it crosses above, then you can expect some momentum for a few days at least. Same to be as if it crosses below, then you can expect like sometime within the next week, there's going to be some like negative, I guess, movement. And that doesn't work all the time. Like it's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's enough of the time to where you can gauge it and use it. And also if you pair it together with volume, like if there's high volume and the 20 MA is crossing above the 50, or if the 50 is crossing above the 200, then that's a great indicator to use. And then I would throw in Bollinger Bands with that just to show you consolidation, because a lot of times when you're a beginner, consolidation is hard to see. So Bollinger Bands, the tighter they get, the more it's consolidating, and the tighter they get, the more it's likely to see like a big move one way or the other. So yeah, that's all you really need to know is if Bollinger Bands are getting tight and the 20 MA crosses above the 50 or the 50 above the 200, then it's likely looking for a move up. And if they cross below, then it's likely a move down. That's what I would say. It's probably the best beginner kind of indicator strategy.
Love it.
Yeah, I use a lot of those. I don't know if Teddy talked about like MACD, VWAP, and like stochastics. Those to me for a beginner are pretty useful too. The thing is I use a bunch of indicators. When I post a chart, I like to clean it up because like if I'm looking at this, it looks like if you've never like looked at a chart or you don't have experience looking at a chart, it will look very confusing. Like there's lines everywhere, but like there's shit everywhere. It looks like spaghetti on my screen. So I like to clean it up when I post it, but I'd say for beginners, I would stick with your moving averages. I like to use the 90 MA a lot for scalping. Like I'm looking at any right now, and it was earlier today just riding the 90 MA. The 90 MA is really good for like support and resistance. The VWAP can be as well. But it's hard with a lot of penny stocks. Sometimes technicals don't always hold true. When you get near your like large caps, that's when technical analysis becomes like super important. And being able to read a chart. But just a tip, like I know Teddy and I use TradingView. If you use TradingView, there's like community made scripts that are great that will include like your 20, 50, 200 moving averages all in one. And like that's something I use. So like you don't have to use a specific indicator for the 50 MA, the 200 MA. So those are really good. There's a lot of really good community scripts on TradingView. But yeah, I liked my bread and butter kind of is I love using MACD, stochastics, and Bollinger Bands in unison with one another. The more like indicators that look technically sound and bullish, the higher probability you have for having a successful trade. So that's something I like to use. I swear by supply and demand, but that's something we want to get into next season. Supply and demand isn't an indicator. It's essentially you're drawing your support, which is demand, and supply, which is resistance areas on a chart. It's just essentially where unfilled bids are. But we'll get into that next season. But I use pretty much the same stuff as Teddy does. So
Yeah.
I would say the other thing like that'll add on to that kind of is know very, very simple candlestick psychology. So you don't need to know like bullish, engulfing, that kind of stuff. You don't need to know all that stuff, but I would really, really highly recommend like knowing how to read like a wick. Like if there's a large bottom wick, then know that that's buyers stepping in, and knowing that bottom wick was caused by buyers buying when it was that low. And when a lot of buyers are buying when it's low, then, a lot of people are betting for it to go up. If there's, big wicks on the top, then people are betting for it to go down. And they're holding strong. So, if there's a large daily wick on the top upper candle, then you know that it got stuffed high. And what happens when it gets stuffed high? People probably stuff it more. Then they slowly move it down and then stuff it more and stuff it more. That's just something really easy that you guys can think about. If it's just a big candle, then you can think about, okay, so it ran and there's not a lot of wick on it. So it ran without much resistance and then it did not get stuffed. Like you can just think about that kind of stuff. And that's something that'll help you guys a lot as well.
yeah, something real quick to add to that is like if you are familiar with supply and demand, or like if you follow me, I've put out some lessons on how to use supply and demand. A really great strategy for supply and demand when you get more experience is bidding within the zone. Like I always preach wait for confirmation, and like confirmation within the zone is we want to see like a bullish pivot, like a green close in within the zone, and then followed by another green close on the 5 minute. But a great strategy is to bid towards the bottom of the demand zone, because what you'll see is a huge wick, like Teddy mentioned, where buyers have their bids in place, and you can literally get out within the zone if you wanted for quick 10, 20 cents. So that's another really great strategy, but that's stuff we'll talk about next season.
Yeah, it's definitely, I've seen you post a lot about that, and I've been working on like supply and demand a lot in my day trading specifically. Definitely it's good. It's useful.
Yeah, it's like a new world of trading.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I need to catch up on that. I know a little bit, but I might need to watch Ant's episode on that next season.
Ant's been posting lots of videos and lessons on it.
That
Still
one
working
guy
on it, but it's
posts
definitely
Day Trading Addict is, I know he like trades Forex.
Yeah.
But his videos are so good.
I mean, concept stands across, Forex, equities, whatever.
Same strategy, just.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess another thing, like for me I struggled with starting out was like knowing like what to study and like how much, like, should I be like, how much time should I be reviewing charts that I, from the day, or my trades of the day, or like watching videos like we just mentioned of like different strategies, and understanding that like when you guys were starting and even now, like how do you kind of divide up your time in terms of like studying versus trading versus like the rest of, whatever you're, preparing for the week?
Yeah, I would say for me, I recommend a lot of, I would say Sunday, because Saturday I don't really do much. I just kind of be a lazy ass and don't really. But Sundays, like preparing for the week, I would say that's probably one of the biggest things for my week is studying on Sundays. I spend like a good 5-6 hours, sometimes even 8 hours on Sundays, just like putting a list together, getting good theses out, and then also just like sharpening my like day trading skills, like checking out day trades that it took last week. Also do like probably like 30 minutes at night of just like doing that. But when I was beginning, I would say stick to what you feel is right. Like stick to what is comfortable. You don't want to overdo it, because if you overdo it, you're going to, get tired of it. You're going to get burned out, that kind of stuff. But I would say definitely stick to like, if you can do like an hour at night, that's probably pretty solid. And if you have a day job and you can't trade all day, then an hour at night, You're going to be tired from work and stuff. An hour at night is probably just fine. If you're day trading all day because it's what you do, but you're a beginner still, then yeah, at night, an hour at night of just like reviewing trades, reviewing charts, a lot of things that you can do that I like to kind of recommend to people that I meet with is review a chart, like a large cap, like go to like AMD or Nvidia or, you know, Moderna, or like J&J. Just see what you think is going to happen. Come back like a few days later, see if it happened. Come back another few days later, see what happened. Like that kind of stuff. You don't have to be in a trade. You can just kind of like sharpen your skills, because large caps, like trends are a little stronger on large caps. So yeah, just an hour at night, I would say is probably right. And then just reviewing those large cap charts and continuing to like keep yourself accountable for, I was wrong and this is why I was wrong. I was right and this is why I was right. But nothing too crazy. I don't recommend like 4 hours at night, sleep for 4 hours and like all that crazy shit. Like I don't recommend that. I think just like slowly taking your time and then experience in the market is really kind of the biggest thing. So just as long as you can just stay in the market and update yourself, that kind of stuff, you'll be good.
Yeah, I think the most important things are, one, reviewing your trades. So a great tool to do that is Trader Sync. I talked about it before. You can journal your trades. And then I like to, at the end of the day, so say I take 5 trades, I win 4 of them and lose 1, or I lose a majority of them and I only win 1. I'll be like, okay, so what happened here? But did I enter at the wrong time? Did the chart just break down? Because sometimes that just happens in pennies, especially like it'll just break down. You nailed the entry. You were right. You were right on the entry. It just did not play out how it was supposed to. And that's super important, I think. Like, see if your losses are because you're making mistakes or you took the right entry and it just was a bad day overall in the market. It flushed through support and then it just killed the momentum. That happened to me 2 weeks ago or something. There was one day I took like 3 or 4 scalps out of demand and they all just broke down. And I went back and looked. I'm like, damn, like, were my zones off? Was something off? But essentially my entries were right. They just broke down. So I think that's super important. You got to see if you're making mistakes and repeating those mistakes. If you're making mistakes and you continuously repeat the same mistake, okay, then if you're taking bad entries, then that's what you need to work on.
That was me for a while.
Yeah,
that was
right?
me for a long time.
But then
I entered way too high.
But then you were able to adjust and you were self-aware enough to be like, okay, well, I need to stop doing this.
Yeah,
and
scaling in is so key for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you gotta. It's one thing at a time. You're probably gonna be making 3, 4, 5 different mistakes, taking bad entries, like all these different things. So I really think it's important that you review your trades at the end of each day. See what happened. See if you were making mistakes. See, like if you had a really good day, see why you had a good day. If the opposite end of that spectrum is if you had a really good day, but your entries weren't good, it was just a crazy day. Like you say you're trading any and you chased it, but it just kept going. That's really not a good strategy. You know what I mean? So you need to review your trades. And another thing I think is books are great, but there's nothing better than YouTube. Absolutely 100%. Like you can teach yourself anything through YouTube. YouTube gives you that visual to see like, okay, this person's talking supply and demand. He's showing me on a chart with supply and demand, drawing his zones. You can mimic that then to your chart. So YouTube is an amazing tool, and that's essentially how I learned. Like I just taught myself. So
yeah. Well, I think since we got to keep this short since we both got class and shit, but bullish versus bullshit.
Let's do it.
The fun section that everyone seems to love. Today we're talking. We got one crypto, one sector, and then a name that everyone knows. So we're gonna start off with SHIB. Is it Shiba coin? Is that what it's called? SHIB coin?
Yeah, Shiba Inu. Let's see what we got these prices right now.
SHIB. I just want to look at this this chart here, but the chart kind of looks sexy. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's a pretty decent chart. Do I know like anything about this or anything about crypto? No. But I think that chart is pretty decent. So I'm going to go bullish with the little knowledge that I have on this.
All right, I'm looking at it. I mean, it's still it in May. It has not reached the same peak it hit in May. So I think it's still got room to at least like that insanity. Granted, it's up like 100% in the last week, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be looking at the wrong chart.
I could be looking at the wrong chart too. Like I have to pull this up on .POS. So
You can pull it up on TradingView.
I don't have TradingView.
By market cap, is that what it is on TradingView? No, I was looking at the right chart. This is a pretty decent chart. I like it. I think it's gonna bust out. I think it's gonna bust down. Up. It's gonna bust up.
It could. I mean, it's got a lot of hype behind it. I mean, when these like sorry if anyone's in it, but when like these shit coins just decide to go.
Holy fuck, dude. Look at the bid and the ask on that thing. This thing has $1 billion on the bid.
So,
oh my lord.
Wait, Austin. So what would you consider yourself? Bullish or bullshit? Or you call bullshit?
Dude, I'm bullish only because like it doesn't. I'm bullish for no other reason than like when these things go, they just go for no reason.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's good long term at all, but it's got a lot of hype and a lot of trend behind it. And like if it can do anything close to what Dogecoin did, like you're stacking. So like bullish for no other reason than people really like to push shit coins related to dogs.
Dude, that's what I was gonna say. Anything now that has any relation to a dog, I'm all in. Like I am all in on any dog related anything.
That's it. Purely based on that.
Just
Am
dogs.
I seeing this right? That on May 11th, it opened with a market cap of 244 billion, and then now has a market cap of 11 billion. It knife candled all the way from.
Yeah, I'm looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's real?
I think so. I mean, I know absolutely nothing about it, but I have money in it.
So it definitely has room.
That's the one thing I was looking at. Like it peaked there in May, but I feel like that's the same time like Doge and Bitcoin and ETH all peaked. But it could do it again.
Here's the thing. Here's my honest opinion, and like you guys may laugh. If you have money to throw into something like this, say you throw in $100, $50. It's just money to throw into something just to forget about. Like if you look at all these people that made millions and millions of dollars on Doge, everyone was saying how stupid they were until it happened. Like none of us here thought Doge would run to whatever it ran to, almost $1.
70 cents, 80 cents.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like people try to make sense of the market, like, oh, this doesn't make any sense. Why would this ever go to a penny? Well, news for you, the stock market makes almost no sense. It really does. I mean, it almost
crypto even less.
Exactly. It almost makes no sense. So
you guys heard it here first. Buy SHIB over Merc A, and also SHIB coin is the next Bitcoin, and it's going to $50,000 per coin.
Yeah, essentially.
We're all saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't add any of us on Twitter about this.
No.
All right, CEI.
Oh boy,
that's what we're talking about now.
Looks like.
Yeah, let me see.
I'm pulling it up too.
I mean,
disclaimer: I was short today, so
how dare
just
you?
Looking.
Right.
How dare you be a bear in this market?
How dare you make money?
I think it's bearish here. I think I'm going bullshit.
Dude, I'm calling bullshit. There's no way.
The daily chart looks pretty gross.
Look at the volume the last 2 days as well. Like
it's at
just
least
dead.
going to 120 for sure.
Yeah.
At least 120.
I think it goes back under $1 by the end of the month, easy. If not within like a week.
I like that. Yeah.
To be fair, I think we've been wrong though every time we've talked about CEI.
Probably.
So whatever we say, it might do the complete opposite.
I mean, it might bounce off the dollar again.
Yeah.
The 200 SMA is like right there on the daily, but
remember when it was at like
it's like
$1.50 and we said this is bullshit, and then it ran all the way up, and then at like $3 we were like, oh, I think this is bullish, and then it fucking died.
Yeah, we were talking about it with Rodessa.
Yeah.
So essentially do the opposite.
Yeah, so it's going to $10 now.
Yeah, I don't
don't believe it, man. The volume is dying. Like it just looks bad. It just looks so bad.
I
What
think
about hourly volume? It's even worse.
I think we can classify this as a meme stock, right? Like it's not even an oil, whatever it is, like
I think it's a
carbon
meme
cap,
stock,
whatever
yeah.
it is, whatever they're trying to spin it as. At this point, it's classified as a meme stock.
Yeah, the volume today. Yeah, the volume today is real gross.
Yeah, I'm saying bullshit. What do you guys think?
I'm gonna call bullshit. I mean,
Austin's bullshit.
I'm calling bullish.
Damn, he wants to be the one that's right.
for
on
once,
I
he's
mean-
bullish on.
One of us will be right.
I'm just selecting the opposite of what I actually think. So
There we go. I mean,
All right. Last thing we got is the weed sector. I think we've talked about this before. I'm gonna pull up TLRY. We got some names that we can talk about as well, but
poor
just
TLRY.
talking bullish or bullshit, as in just do we think maybe now is the time? Maybe there's room for it now, finally?
well, I think it was. I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but there's like a bill coming through, like the Senate and the House on like decriminalizing weed or legalizing it, like on like a nationwide scale, as well as like opening it up for banks so they can like actually, or like so companies can work with banks and banks can work with weed companies. So like if that goes through, I definitely think like the sentiment will shift for sure.
Yeah. I mean, looking at it right now, so it had that huge run in like February and January. Like it's getting to the levels where it was before then. Like what are we at right now? 10.30. And there were a couple times it hit like $10, like $12 before the big run. So I could see like some sort of reversal off of one of those pivot points. But right now we're sitting at it looks like the wish chart where it's below the 200, the 50, and the 20. And it hasn't had any success really getting above the 20 in the last month. So if we can make like a push above the 20, we might be able to like reverse, but it looks like this downtrend is pretty damn strong right now. So we need some good news to come out, like some big news.
Yeah, everything's downtrending super heavy.
I think my thesis on it is I've seen enough like sectors that have been forgotten about to like have pretty strong runs, and I think this is one that's pretty forgotten about. Like nobody's talking about this at all. I think that's kind of when that's like my time to buy. I'm not saying like technically the chart doesn't look very good, but when you see a rotation into weed, these names are going to get bought up quick. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's so hard because I was looking at TLRY 2-3 weeks ago and it looked great. Like technically it looked great to break out. And it just didn't. It didn't. And it just didn't. So
Dude, what is NTEC's new name? NTEC has a new name now.
I don't know.
Really?
Because that's one of my favorite weeds to play. Oh, it will trade under the ticker INDP.
Oh, I remember. Didn't INDP, wasn't that one of the things that went crazy?
Adaptus?
Yeah.
Wasn't that one went crazy like 2 weeks ago or a month ago, right?
Yeah, I think that was when the merger closed with maybe not.
Yeah, I'm looking at the daily on that. It went all the way up to $28 in a day.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it last year that NTEC had like that reverse split?
Yeah.
So, dude, I was out getting ice cream and I was in NTEC, like pretty big, and they announced a reverse split. I was in line to order. I left and went home. I was so pissed.
Like, you're like, I can't afford this ice cream. I can't afford this
I don't deserve ice cream.
It's too expensive. Mom, we have Aunt, we have ice cream at home.
I don't deserve this, yeah.
Dude, but like NTEC is a company that gets pushed with weed like super. I guess it's INDP now. Gets pushed with weed super often and like gets good runs out of it. I like JUPW as well a lot.
I like ACB a lot. I've played that one before. That one's like an actual stock that actually like an actual ticker that like is a company that has things that I believe can go when weed actually starts to pick up.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Watching SoFi push $19 here.
Oh, look at you.
I love SoFi.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm just watching it.
SPY's back over 435 now too.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
SPY's all over the place today though. It doesn't make any sense.
All right, we got about 8 minutes to finish up these last two questions.
Let's do it. Let's knock it out.
All right. Ant, you wanna hit us with the next one?
Yes. So by Teddy's request, I must ask, what are the best everyday shoes to wear?
I mean,
Vans.
it is Vans.
Vans.
Gray Vans.
Gray.
Gray Vans.
I never had gray Vans, honestly.
And also, I'll put a bid in for Asics too. I fuck with Asics.
Dude, I
hard.
say Vans. I'm not even wearing Vans.
Yeah, what are you wearing right now?
Nikes.
Damn.
I don't have shoes on. I got no shoes on.
Austin
toes
brings
out.
his barefoot up on the screen.
No, I don't want. Hey, the internet does not need it.
I heard
pics,
you two
alright?
are white Vans people.
Oh,
I love
all
white Vans.
day, all day.
I love
Okay.
white Vans.
They go with anything.
White Vans are nice and all, but I can't I can get other white shoes that I'd rather wear. I got these white Asics. They're like gel lights.
Those are fire.
Those are fire.
Asics are fire.
Mine are.
I just
fire.
like white shoes. I don't know. I have like white Janoskis. Like
Oh, Janoskis are nice, bro. I love Janoskis. I had a pair
are,
of black and gold ones a while ago. Those are.
those ones last forever.
Black shoes don't
Yeah.
look right on my feet. I've tried. Like I bought a pair of black Vans, and I don't know.
Sometimes they make your feet look real skinny, kind of weird.
They make my feet look so small. I'm like, my feet are not that small.
I mean, like I got a pair of Converse that I wear, but they make my feet look like super long. It doesn't help that I'm super skinny and I just got like tiny ankles with skinny jeans on and just these like clown shoes.
Bro, no, I know the exact feeling because like I have like for some reason my ankles are so little, but like my legs are not little. So then if I wear a Converse plus little tiny ankles and big quads, like makes me look fucking funky, dude. Like, oh, it's so weird. But I will say I like those Vans, and then I also like Asics the most, probably.
Problem with white Vans is they have like a shelf life of like 3 months. Like I've probably owned 100 pair of white Vans.
See, but then they become my go-to like yard work,
yeah.
like whatever shoe.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, they're like your rave shoe.
Transition.
Those are your rave shoes.
It's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
They're the everything shoe. All right. So this last one is something I think about on a probably daily basis. So I have a good answer. So I want you guys to go first.
Okay.
Where would you hide if the purge happened today and it was for 24 hours?
Where would I hide?
Or what are you doing? Are you trying to block? Like, are you trying to board your windows and shit? Or what are you doing?
I feel like I'm going out if I'm doing it.
Oh,
Like,
you're gonna go kill some motherfucker?
You're gonna
Austin said I got a list.
Austin got a list.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I did not say that, but I didn't say that. I'm just, I'm going out. Like, there's no rules. Like, let's see what kind of havoc we can create. Like, let's break into some places. Like, let's
Steal some
Let's
white
go.
Vans.
dude, steal all the white Vans. Dude, I'll be set for a year. I get enough for 1 year, which is like 100 pairs,
That's funny.
I don't know. I don't think I'd hide. I feel like hiding is the wrong thing. Like if you're on the offense, like I feel like people
Best
will fuck with you.
defense.
They'll fuck with you less because you're out there and like this guy's kind of crazy. I don't know what he's doing. He's just trying to steal Vans right now. So
Well,
I'm wrong.
what's your weapon of choice then?
I feel like I'm gonna go with a barbed wire baseball bat.
Oh,
That's a good one until somebody has a gun. You get nowhere close to them.
Yeah, dude,
Austin's running at it. This dude is like an AK-47.
Well, we just hope that doesn't happen. We're close quarters only, hiding between we're in the mall or something like that.
Yeah.
Close quarters only bathrooms. Taking people out there.
Dark rooms. You got to be inside the dark so that they can't
Yeah,
see
I'll
you.
get
They
some-
can't shoot a gun if it's dark.
I'll get some night vision goggles. I'll be set to be
Oh,
sick.
shit. Yeah, you definitely look like a psycho with night vision goggles, like stealing all the white Vans.
And a barbed wire wrap baseball bat.
I'd definitely hide in a
and-
mall, 100%, or go to a mall. That'd be the best place, I think. Like a really
You
nice
hide
mall.
in there, like
No,
you could,
like maybe hide, but I'd just steal everything probably, because you
That's
can.
a-
You know what I mean?
dude, I would like to steal.
We're gonna throw down in the mall then.
Oh yeah. And what's your weapon? What are you
white
taking?
Vans.
What's my?
Yeah, you gotta end up at the
I pass Austin. He has all the Vans.
You gotta chase him down.
My weapon of choice. I didn't say I wanted to kill anybody like Austin.
I didn't say I wanted to. I just didn't say that I didn't want to.
I'd just be in the mall, dude, getting an Annie Ann's pretzel. You ever have that? You ever have Annie Ann's?
absolutely.
Oh,
My girlfriend always says they're so good, and I have not had one before.
Dude, get it, dude. What are you doing with your bum life there, man? Get it together.
You never.
Annie Ann's pretzels. I see them in the mall, but I've never had one.
Oh
I didn't go to
God.
the mall much.
Jeez. The mall actually kind of stinks. Like, I don't like the mall, to be honest.
Yeah,
I can just order
I don't
everything
either.
online. You know, like, but I'd be in a mall.
All right. I thought through this so many times. I'm setting up shop in a cornfield.
You are in Iowa.
Who is going inside of a cornfield during the purge?
Like, you're
all I'm
talking
saying.
like hiding there?
Yeah, I'm hiding there because I'm just trying to survive. You guys are out there like trying to kill people and like chop heads off and stuff. I'm just looking to like make it till tomorrow. I'm going in a cornfield, finding like where the corn is tall, and I'm gonna have like pepper spray or something. So I don't gotta kill nobody, but I'm a pepper spray them, kick them a few times, run away. They can't find me again. Cornfields are so hard to find
Jesus.
like people in.
I
That's
knew you
all
were
I'm
going to
saying.
say
I
that.
can eat the corn too, bro. Sweet corn tastes good.
What's
You're
that
ever
gas
making
station that
you've been
sells
making too
pizza?
Casey's.
I'm surprised you won't be there.
Casey's. Dude, I would live on the top of a Casey's if I could get a free pizza every day. And that's a fact.
What is it compared to Domino's?
Better. I'll do the review here soon. Like I'll do the Teddy tries, and you guys can actually see the pizza and like see what it looks like. Oh, it's so
The problem is, bro, you got one with eggs on it. That's disgusting.
breakfast pizza is the best. I will.
Did it have
I'm
red
gonna have to
sauce?
purge you. If the purge happens, I'm coming for you now. If you're gonna, if the dude, it's not okay.
It's gonna force feed you eggs.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove a egg pizza down your throat. No, it's like cheese sauce, and then it's got eggs and bacon and sausage and shit. It's so good.
Oh, I just got.
You're gonna get shit for this. I'm gonna like unleash the Casey's fan base on you, like after this episode airs. Like people are gonna be at you because I know there's at least like 20 or 25 of my followers who get a boner over Casey's.
No, thank you. I mean, maybe the regular pizza I'd try, but not the egg one.
Okay, we'll just wait and see.
You gotta try real pizza.
I do need to try real pizza. I haven't had real pizza before ever in my entire life. I went to Chicago one time when I was younger.
Was that
Boston
good? I never
dish.
had deep dish.
Deep dish.
It was actually
pasta.
super good. Huh?
That's a
What?
deep dish. Deep dish is just like it's like pasta with cheese on top.
It kind of is, to be honest.
It's great. It's great, but it's just it's a lot. You got to eat with a fork.
It's like a loaf of bread with like a little sauce
meat
on
and, with
top.
meat and cheese on top.
All right, guys, we gotta wrap her up here. But Austin, we want to say thank you so much for coming on, man, and thank you for editing everything.
Yeah, guys, really appreciate it. It's been good. Hopefully, people got something from this and the beginner mindset and what it where I started, and hopefully keep growing.
You'll be on next season, so we'll keep to update everybody on like your progression. So
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be
All right.
sweet. And don't forget that on Saturday there's another episode, everybody. This is just the midweek episode since it's season finale, since we didn't put one out last Saturday. So on Saturday it'll be the season finale, and you guys are gonna enjoy it. It's a good one.
yeah, thanks everybody.
Yep. Peace out.
See ya.
Finally realized that he put you said you hard, bro, but you learned your lesson. It's a long time, but you still get sexy. Still get sexy. Call my phone or text me. Yeah. It's about that time to come roll out. But it's so long, bound for a blowout. You love dance, you love to show up. You going crazy, I ain't know, but I know now. Let me pull up later, show you how I'm rocking. Do you all up?